What does Young and Reckless mean?
That's a good one.
I've never been asked it before, I'm sure.
Well, you wanna know what actually bothers me? That one I love. What bothers me is when I'm sitting in meetings and people say, so Young and Restless, we are gonna do this project, and I'm like, man, we gotta go. We're not soap operaing over here.
You ever been up late at night, grinding away in pursuit of your dreams? Well, I'm here to meet with Drama. He came from Ohio all the way to LA and started a massively successful clothing company in Young and Reckless. And he's just warming up.
What I wanted to create was a brand that stood for youth, sort of do it yourself, by any means necessary, making your own way. I wanted that.
How old is Young and Reckless now?
Young and Reckless is 8 years old. I came from Akron, Ohio. I realized there was all these cool brands in LA that people would wait in lines for, and it was this dedication to a brand that I had never seen. How can I create a brand that has some sort of feeling to it and some sort of connection to the fan base that a kid in Akron, Ohio will be equally as excited? Still work with cool influencers and all these different people, but give those kids access to it also. And at the time, being that I was on reality TV, I saw that that was a perfect place to market that idea, because I could wear it all over the show.
Right.
I could tell kids where to go buy it on social media, so it just was kind of the perfect storm, and it worked.
When I listened to your podcast and I learned that like you saw Big Black monetizing off the show.
I knew I wanted in on that, so I got in on that, got in all these different things, but I knew all along that I wanted to break it off into something different and not try to be a celebrity. That was the worst case. When I grew up, I was always pretty resourceful. Like, I never had a real job, not because I was spoiled, but because I was doing a lot of weird, like, little yard sale hustles. Like, I was really into filming videos, so I made a skateboard video with all my friends, my local friends, and I went and sold it to all the local skate shops to say, like, look at what the kids from Akron are doing. You know, you go to Cleveland and sell it to those skate shops. If that makes any sense.
So do you feel like you took almost accidental celebrity, and then you were like, I'm gonna enterprise here. I mean, you had one shirt that had your name on it, but it wasn't about Drama's brand.
No, I hated that, yeah.
And it wasn't your merch.
Because if I were just the CEO of the brand, I wouldn't pick me to be a brand ambassador, right? The way I was perceived publicly.
What was like one monumental turning point where you're like, all right, this is a brand and I'm making a good living off of this?
After the second season of our show, the sales tanked. And that was my worst fear, because that meant that it was just tied to me, right? We were still gonna do another season, but I was devastated because I'm like, I didn't do it. It's still just like Drama merch. So then when the third season came back, sales went back up again, and then when that went off, they didn't, you know, they kind of plateaued. Then the next one, it kept going up. Then the next, so by the time season 5 came around of our show, I felt like it was almost hurting the brand. A
collaboration comes through the pipe, something like Cup Noodles. How does that materialize in the lookbook?
We like the come up, and we like the hustle. And as we all know, a lot of times when you're trying to build your own thing, or you're out here grinding, you're eating a lot of these to squeeze by. And that's what I like.
And that's dope that, like, I had no idea what to expect when I heard about the collaboration. Is it just gonna be like Cup Noodles on a shirt?
What's deeper than just slapping the logo on a shirt? The go-to thing is for it to look like merch. And every time I get with the design team and I say, how can we avoid that? And really they sparked the idea of doing, it's a very NASCAR inspired, and the shoot has a Ferrari, an old school Ferrari. And well, we could make it like as if you were a, you know, a NASCAR driver sponsored by Cup Noodles. And it looks cool, man.
And what's happening on set? Like, what, do you still show up, or are there like different team members that
a lot, like, you need people making sure that the Snapchat's covered and the Instagram's covered and the models are fine and the photos are actually looking cool when you're done, and there's a video guy with a drone so that you have some quality footage. And what I think you should do, because you're asking, is you should just go. Just get in there and pretend like you belong there and just do whatever anyone asks you to.
All right, I just had a good chat with Drama, and he just told me to come crash the set, so here I am. This is cool. It's the first time I've ever been on a real fashion photo shoot. There's a lot more that goes into it than I realized. You just take all that shit for granted when you see it in a published magazine, but seeing it come together, hat, hoodie, car, but there's so much thought that goes into it, and these guys are meticulous about every last thing, down to just the smirk in the model's face. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm gonna go see how I can help. the money shot, I just filled up the trunk of the car to the brim with cup noodles. And so this is the shot we've been waiting for. It really does take an army to put something like this together. Picking the right people is key. The right creative director, the right social people, the right model, everything to get the right buzz going and really shape the story that you're trying to tell. I learned a lot. Drama, Young and Reckless, Just Warming Up. Make sure to pick up the collab when it drops. Thank you, Cup Noodles. Appreciate y'all.